Hello guys, and welcome to another video. I figured that this video I would just do a manga haul as kind of the halfway point in January. The only reason I'm going to be doing two this month is because I do have another large order put in, and so I would much rather separate them instead of making one super long video. So that's why there will be two separate manga hauls. So in total, I picked up around, I'm trying to count really quick, 16 volumes. I believe my other order is going to be like 13, and then possibly some of the new releases I pick up. So let's get right into it. Starting with more of my type of shoujo releases, I have the 8th volume of The Water Dragon's Bride. The Water Dragon's Bride is just basically a story about a god and then somebody who's transported into this new world. It's a pretty easy read. I've enjoyed it thus far and will continue to pick up volumes as they release. The next volume I have is volume number 13 of The Demon Prince of Momochi House. The Demon Prince of Momochi House is one that is kind of has a similar feel to Kamishima Kiss. The artwork's alright. The expressions can sometimes fall flat, but overall it's very good. I think I've heard that this series will soon be getting into its last arc, so I don't believe it will have too many volumes after this. Continuing on, I have a Viz manga. It is volume number 3 of Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone has been really good. It's a really well-known one, I feel, and I'm super excited for the anime to release. It's not my one that I would typically read just because literally all the science stuff kind of goes over my head at times. But nonetheless, I've enjoyed it and will continue to pick up the volumes on release day. Continuing on, we're going to move over to the books I got from Vertical. This time I only got 2. So I got volume 3 of Witchcraft Works and volume 4 of Witchcraft Works. There is about 11 in the series, and after reading these 2 volumes, I went ahead and ordered the remaining. Witchcraft Works is really good, at least I believe so. The artwork's actually nice. Yeah, the story's interesting, and it has humor. That's, I think, one thing that I like. It has enough action, enough humor, and enough romance to kind of keep you interested. Like, it's not overpowered by either one. It just kind of meldles together, so it's pretty easy to read. And I have the remaining of the volumes that are out to date in English ordered currently. As well, I totally forgot to read the side because the marks got me confused. I do have 3 more volumes published by Vertical. I have volume 4, volume 5, and volume 6, it will get in the frame, of Ajin, Demi-Human. I think this one's another well-known one. My biggest complaint is it is pretty easy to read through these just because they're not dialogue heavy, and as you can tell, they are a little thinner, so they are pretty easy to read through, and they're not the cheapest thing. I believe usually a volume runs like $12.95, so that's mainly my biggest complaint. Like, you can tell 6 is really thin, but so those are the last ones, I'm certain this time, that I have of Vertical releases. Moving on over to my Yen Press releases that I bought. We're going to start with my single volume because the remaining ones they all belong to a series. So my single volume is volume 3 of Spice and Wolf. I have volume 1 and 2. I still need to read 2, but I went ahead and got Spice and Wolf volume 3. I mean, not gonna flip through it just because it does have the warning, but I think I did like skim over 3, and I don't think there's anything really bad. I already said before, Spice and Wolf was a series that I picked up unknowingly when I first started. So, like, when I first started collecting manga, I had no idea what plastic wrap meant, so I just went ahead, picked it up, and was like, oh, okay, well, that's why it's plastic wrapped. But I gave it a shot, just because usually that's not the type of stuff I would read, but I gave it a shot, and I actually enjoyed the story. My biggest thing now is I am slowly collecting volumes of Spice and Wolf, the manga. I've heard really, really good things about the light novels, so I don't know if I should continue to collect the manga or if I should kind of just switch over to the light novels, or if I should do both. So if you have any opinion on that, please let me know, because I've enjoyed it so far, and I've always heard the light novels, to most people, I think what I've seen is better, but I'm just not certain. So let me know if you have an opinion on that. So because of the amount of volumes I got, I know this will not fit into my frame, so I'm going to do them separately by threes. Hopefully. I have volume number 3. I have volume number 4. Let's see if we can get them in. Might have to lean on top of each other. And volume number 5 of Bungo Stray Dogs. Ooh, yep, there we go. I made them work. So I have volume number 3, 4, and 5, Bungo Stray Dogs. I went ahead and basically bought up to the English release, except I think I am missing 9. But I did just order that. I watched the anime first, I think 1 episode, and was like, hey, this is actually pretty good. So I went ahead and bought all of them. I think I saw earlier this year that the anime, or there was a movie about this. So I wanted to try and catch up on the releases and the manga before I finish watching the anime, because I do prefer watching anime that way. I like to read the manga first, then watch the anime, just so that I'm one of those people that kind of likes to be spoiled, if that makes sense. Like, I like to know what's happening before I enter into a show. So typically I read the manga first, and that's just how I enjoy watching things, and I don't have to worry about any random twist that way. So that's volume 3, 4, and 5. Then I have volume 6, 7. We'll see if I can stack it again. And 8, which I'll just show some of the artwork in 8. So, yeah, the artwork's actually pretty good. I feel like it does have comedy, but I do feel like the comedy is kind of better conveyed in the anime versus the manga, but it's still funny. I am behind on reading the manga. I'm only on volume 3. So I do have some catch up to do just in terms of reading, but because of the sale that's going on Barnes & Noble, which is the main reason why I have bought so many books, is because it's a buy 2, get 1 free. I was trying to target more at buying some of the expensive releases I have, just because I can buy 2 of them and get 1 of them free. I mean, it maybe would have made sense to buy some of the, Viz releases where they're only $9.99, and sometimes you can get discounts if you buy online from Barnes & Noble. It might have made more sense because I would have been able to get more volumes. But in the long run, I wanted to go ahead and get the more expensive volumes, so that way I wouldn't have to worry about continuing to try and catch up with them. If that makes any sense, because it's like I went through and did all the math between the difference of buying something from with the sale going on from Barnes & Noble and Right Stuff, and it was much cheaper to go ahead and buy the 2 volumes, get 1 for free, and because of how I always am looking, Barnes & Noble, both times I ordered, was having a 15% discount if you ordered, I think, above $40, and I did. So I ended up having, I think with this order, I ended up saving over $70. So it made a lot of sense, and if I just got the more expensive ones, then later on when they're not having the sales, I wouldn't have to be cashing out as much money. I don't know if that makes sense, but okay. So this is the last volume I got, which It's technically an omnibus, and it is a light novel. I have the omnibus 1 through 3 of Boogiepop. Oh, it might not fit in. But I have volume 1, or the omnibus of 1 through 3 of Boogiepop. I am almost done. I think I am getting ready to start the 3rd novel, I want to say. I mainly picked Boogiepop up because I saw people talking about it, and this is the novel that you hear is most associated with like the beginning of light novels. So I wanted to pick it up. It's not too terrible on terms of price. I want to say, I'm going to take it out of the frame. I want to say, so it was $18.99. So basically, for the 3 novels, it would be close to similar prices, like, I think, Watakoi, which is an omnibus of 2 volumes of manga. So it's not bad. And I want to say there's like 600 something pages. It's pretty easy to read through. The biggest thing, I think, when you have to enter a story like this is you have to really sit down and read, like, not skim over, just because there's so many characters and there's so many point of views and they're constantly switching, and like it can be a little confusing at times because like one moment you're in the future and the next you're in the past, and then you're from another person's point of view. So when you read this, you have to be actually thinking about reading it and picking up all the details, or you'll miss things and it will only make you more confused. Because when I first started reading this, I had to literally constantly flip back and forth and try and figure out who was talking and what this person was and like whose name this was. But if you think about reading it that way, it's a much easier read. I mean, I literally read 300 pages in like 2 hours, so it's a very easy read. The next omnibus releases in February, I want to say, kind of early February, so I will be picking that one up for sure and reading it. I mainly also picked it up because of the anime, which I have watched the first 2 episodes of, and I can see for people who have no idea about the source material how confusing the anime can be. But yeah, I've actually thought about possibly doing a review on Boogiepop and doing, or the novels, each one, but really breaking it down, because I am one of those people that a story that I really like, I would literally break down every single paragraph. It kind of shows the symbolism type stuff. So I've thought about maybe possibly doing that for some of the other light novels I own, like Boogiepop, The Empty Boxes, Year of Maria, and any other future ones I may pick up if people are interested. So here are the releases I picked up for the first portion of January. Like I said, I probably will be doing a second video with my next order, but don't expect that till later this month, just because there is a release date towards the end of this month that a few volumes are coming out, so I may pick them up, may not. They're not on my top priority, so it really just depends on how I'm feeling that day. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas, or like if you want to see anything from this channel, then let me know. Like if you're interested in seeing me do reviews of light novels and stuff like that, then please let me know, because I would like to do more things on here besides just doing manga pickups. Because typically I can do one once a month, sometimes 2 like this month, but it really just depends. So yeah, if you guys like the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.